So this video discusses the difference between socialism and communism. Are they the same? What's the difference? Is one good, one bad? You find a lot of misconceptions on this question, through everyone believing that socialism is just putting Jeremy Corbyn in Sweden and having everything the same there, and communism is Stalin running around gulagging whoever he comes in his path. Both of these ideas are completely false conceptions of how we actually see society. It takes a narrow view of how politics is developed, and rather, when we talk about such ideas, we have to take the grand scales. How human society developed right from the beginning of being hunters and gatherers, to slave society, to feudalism, to capitalism, which you ultimately see today, and where socialism, which we hope to achieve, and communism after that. The difference in these societies are based on our relations to the means of production, to how we produce the basic elements of society. In capitalism, production, whether it be beds, hospitals, chairs, nuclear bombs, space stations, or even ice cream, are decided on if it is profitable to do so. If it is more profitable to create nuclear bombs over medicine, that will happen. What we see in a socialist society is, well, rather than doing it on profit, on the invisible hand of the market, using a planned and rationalised economy, we can actually decide these things democratically. If it is in more people's interest to produce medicine, that more people want, more schools, doctors, education, space stations and ice cream as well, then we can do it rather than simply via the profit of the market. We are in a situation where socialism can be achieved. It is not some far-off system, or some system created in the minds of Marxists and philosophers, but actually something which springs out of capitalism. We see the basis for state control of the economy, for a planned production, in the monopoly which already exists today. Consider how many freely competing companies there are. There aren't. They're all monopolies in some form or another, all decided by very few people. How do those people get there? They're not simply because they were rich to begin with, or even in the best scenario, because they were very, very exceptionally hardworking and lucky. Well, we wouldn't run a political society on that. We wouldn't choose our government because someone just happened to be rich or someone just was randomly chosen. Instead, we choose them democratically. And we argue this for the same basis for the entire economy, easily achievable in today. But then this brings us to the second half of the question: what is communism? Socialism and communism are entangled with one another. Communism flows from socialism. Communism is a society where we see the withering away, where the state has completely withered away, where classes no longer exist, where we have a society of superabundance. There is no need to labour to survive, but labour for the joy of it, to work for the joy of it, because we have such abundance in society. The state vanishes into thin air, where classes disappear, and where society, which is radically different from our own, appears. This is where the famous phrase, "from each according to their ability, to each according to their need," appears. Or, as kids today say, fully luxury, automated space communism. Now, this is only achievable through a socialist revolution, when we can get rid of the oppression of capitalism, and we hope that people will join us in the fight to achieve this.